All right, and we're live. We are going to wait a few minutes for everybody to join the meeting and get situated, but let me check in our audio and all our settings just to make sure everything's okay. Last minute prep. We're going to be mowing some lawns here. We're going to be auto striping. Who is that?
That's Stacy.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us. It's a beautiful day for auto striping. Welcome to Greenzie's launch day. We're super excited to have you here virtually as we futz through some video and audio related stuff. We will get it here. All right, so we are live. We've got our good friend JC, who is the active video participant. Are we the video though? Are we the main one? Ask my colleagues, make sure that our video is there.
Yep, you're good to go.
All right, there we go. Now our video is live. Now you guys should be seeing one of our mowers. And this thing is completely off, so we are going to be doing this live. We've been mowing some lawns this morning and mower's working great. And the star of the show is here. York is ready to go. So a few more minutes and then we'll get started. Let's do a mic check for our my crew. Evan, I know who's listening. Evan, how's the audio sound? Sound okay? About to hear the nice, sweet sound of mowing. Awesome. We've got some panelists. The chat is open. Sohin is there. Thank you. Hey, thanks for tuning in. We've got about 40 something participants on, so good crowd, still joining, still going up. So again, we're waiting a few minutes to get started. We're gonna be auto striping some lawns today. It's a beautiful day here in Atlanta, Georgia. And Evan says the audio sounds good. So, all right, thanks investors for the fancy mics we've been buying with your money. Thank you very much. Some of our investors are on and they're excited about our launch day event. So again, thanks for tuning in. In a few minutes, we're going to get started. We're going to do it right at 12:05. So grab a cup of coffee or maybe a nice soda water. I am drinking a Pellegrino lemon zest, and it is awesome. All right, well, panelists in the chat, let us know where you're from. We would love to know, where are you? We've got some people in the Midwest. I know we've got some people from good old Atlanta, Georgia tuning in. Let us know in the chat. Oh, we've got Minneapolis, Minnesota. Awesome, another Minneapolis, Minnesota. Is it cold up there? I bet it is. It's like 70 down here. We've all got our, oh, there's a Naples, Florida. All right, you got to speak. And we've got a Connecticut. Awesome. Lots of people from all over. Well, we're excited that you found out about us. Oh, another from Uruguay. All right. And there's some Atlanta, Georgia representing. There we go. All right, it's 12:04. We're about 1 minute in, and we're about ready to get this thing started. I know you're all here to see some mower mowing. Oh, cool. Someone from Philly. Awesome. Hey, Frank. Excited that you're here. Thanks for tuning in. Awesome. Well, cool. Well, so this lawn that we're going to mow does not need mowing. Before we get any about that, we are down here in the South, and this lawn is not your best type of grass. We don't have any super sod fescue here, nothing that stays green. This is all brown and dormant. And in fact, we've even watered it down a little bit so it's not as dusty. And so we're going to keep blades up, but we are going to be mowing. In fact, here, we'll go a little behind the scenes. We can show, we're going to move the camera here so we can see we're just wetting down the lawn. So it's not, there you go. A little behind the scenes before we get started. Well, it's 12:05. Yorick, are you ready? Let's get started, shall we? So Yorick is a robotic technician for us, and he's going to be running the mower. We're going to put the camera back on him. And welcome to launch day. Well, we are excited to be here with you virtually. We're excited to launch our newest mower. This is in partnership with Wright Manufacturing. This upfitted mower that you're seeing in this trailer, and we're going to bring it out in a second and let you take a look at it, is the result of a ton of hard work together with teams from Wright Manufacturing, Hydra Gear, Greenzie, Fort Robotics, Intel, many, many, many more. Too many to name. Enough talk. Let's see how it works, which is why we're all here. All right, this is a live demonstration, so you are not, there's no tricks, there's no remote controls. This is a mower and a colleague here, and he is gonna crank it up, and he's gonna bring it out, and he's gonna do it. Now, the mower is completely off, and so what you're gonna see here is, again, he is cranking this mower, and I'll tell you what's happening, all right? This mower is an upfitted Wright Standard ZK. It's been made robotic ready, and it's running the latest Greenzie auto striping software. It automatically updates itself when it turns on, and it updated this morning, so we know it's ready to go. It automatically updates just like a Tesla. And what you're going to see is going from fully off to auto striping. So now when he turns on the mower here, ooh, hit the wire there. That's all right. So the mower still drives manually. Okay. Now we're going to pan the camera over so you can see. So while our system is booting up, okay, it takes about what I would say 60 to 90 seconds on average for it to be ready to auto stripe, and that depends on cloud cover, cell coverage, and other factors. But the good news is the mower still works and always does, regardless of the status of the auto striping system. That's a design function. But what we are doing right now is my colleague is waiting for the ready light to go green. Now we're going to see if we can get a camera on him. Yorick, let's see if we can get that camera going. We've got a browser here. Let's see if we can get that working. I'm gonna hang for a second here. All right, let's see if Yorick can join that so we can get a video on that. All right, we're gonna pause for a second, let him see if he can get that video going. He's got a signal for somebody. Yeah, so someone in the chat asked, can we ask questions or say them in the call? Please do, you can go ahead. I mean, this is again, I'm here for you, so please ask away. I've got a number that we've already got. You can do them in the chat, or actually I'll open up the Q&A. Oh, there we go, cool, awesome. So first question from the audience is this battery powered? No, this is not. This is a Wright Standard ZK. This is a gas powered mower. This mower has been upfitted with the robotic striping system. All right, we're having some technical difficulties, so he's going to turn it off and come back in. Cool. But yeah, no, this is a gas-powered mower. This is you can go to Wright's website and look, but this is a Wright Standard ZK. Oh, there we go. We got our video back. Awesome. There we go. All right, cool. So no, this is gas powered for sure. And we actually use the power from the alternator to power our system. So we're gonna give this another shot. Another question from the audience, liability insurance addressed. Great question. So there's no insurance for a robotic worker. We are working with the vendors to do that. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. I do wanna save that question for the end. That's a great question. All right. Another question from the audience is what's happening during the 60 to 90 second boot up? Great question. So what are happening is our system is powering on and performing several checks on all the sensors. That's GPS, IMU, cameras, that's communication back to our servers. Again, it takes about 30 to 90 seconds. While he was doing that, even coming back to the trailer and back on, you can see that the system is ready. So he's got, you can see what we're looking at on the top here, and this is that we've got a couple buttons here. We're going to go over that in a second. So one thing that we've built is something we call the companion app. It's not an app. It's basically a web app, and it's very easy to use. You don't need an app. It's just, you just use the camera, and you can see my colleagues did that right there. So what they've done is they just point the camera at that QR code, just like a restaurant menu, and they are able to see it. And so I'm going to show you this is what they see right here in this sort of on the bottom right there. Now, again, this companion app does not require an app. It's just a camera, and it allows you to do some customization. So you can change sort of functions of it, speed, that kind of thing, but you really don't need it. It has sensible defaults, but we're ready to go. This thing's ready to auto stripe. Y'all ready to do this? Enough talk. Let's auto stripe. Let me get the go ahead from my colleague who's going to be watching in the background. But so what we're going to do is we're pretending that this service is this property needs servicing, and we're here alone, which you know happens. We've got one person because you know the other person didn't show up, so everybody's used to that. So we've cleaned off the lenses of the camera. That's another thing that is going to my colleague's going to be able to do, and we've just done. So you do need to make sure that those cameras can see. So again, we're pretending this is going to do it. Now you can choose to do this one of two ways. You can mow all of the detailed work around the boundary first, and then you can do the auto striping, or you can set it up to just auto stripe a big area, which is what we're going to be doing, because again, this area doesn't need to be mowed. We recommend doing about 3 passes on the outer, that's leaving about 12 to 15 feet from obstacles for open field mowing. We'll get to where we are in terms of lots of obstacles, but we're ready to go. So what my colleague is going to do is he's going to just press the map button. Now there's only really one button you need to do, right? The productivity and efficiency gurus down at Wright Manufacturing have done a great job. So he's pressed the map button and it's mapping. And that's all the button you need to hit. So now, for those of you who are familiar with robomowers, you know, this is where you'd basically put the boundary wire. But what we're doing instead is we're mowing the boundary. So he's going to draw a boundary around the area he wants to mow. And so we're going to pan over to him and so you can see it. But he's basically driving the boundary of the area he wants to mow. Now the system is basically recording a number of sensors. We're all roboticists. He's going to stay away from obstacles, fences, that kind of things, but it's basically recording a map, an outer boundary. Now, while he's doing this, he's surveying for trash. He's getting ready to do all the detailed work on the property, and stuff he's going to do while the mower is mowing. When he gets back to the start, he's actually going to notice a few things. So as you see, the mower status lights have gone green and it's ready to go. So it's simply ready to take over, and you can see that light, he's pointing it out. It looks good. And if I go over to the app, if you were to pull up the app on your phone, what you'd see is a plan. So the mower chose this sensible default striping pattern. So we're going to be mowing that. So what my colleague is going to do is he's going to switch it over to the auto mode. We're going to have a nice sticker layout, but he's going to switch it over to auto. And as you'll see him do that right now, we are ready to auto stripe. So he switches it to auto. Now the machine will go off, and that's by design. We know about that. All right, so he switches it over to auto. He's going to recrank the mower. Great. And now all he has to do is step off, and he's going to use the remote control. Once he's at a safe distance, the only other button he has to press is mow. And he's going to do it. So as he presses mow, I believe it's we press and hold. And there you go. And what you're going to see in a second is auto striping. In a few seconds, the blades kick on and the mower is under software control. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, this is where the demo gets pretty boring, because this mower is just going to auto stripe and stay inside that boundary. So the mower is doing a quick spin to localize. It's got an IMU in there that's basically trying to figure out where it is. And if you watch the main view, it's going to work. So what's happening right now is that the mower is at a very high rate reading. Uh-oh. Should still have audio. I am still broadcasting. I wonder if it was just a bandwidth issue. All right, great. Now we're saying we can hear me back. I was razzle dazzling everybody with my audio, so that's good. Oh, cool. Thank you, everybody. Wonder what that was. Technical difficulties. So yeah, we should next work on fixing Zoom. All right. So again, this is where it gets boring. The mower is simply auto striping. Let's see what if while it's doing this, my colleague would be edging, weeding, blowing. If he pulls out the app, what he's going to be able to see is a map. And what you're seeing down here on the right is this is what the companion app would show if you used just a standard browser. Now the orange is the outer boundary, the green is where it has mowed, and the white is where it is still to go. So let's show off some obstacle detection, shall we? So I'm going to have my colleague, Yorick, stand in the path of the mower. What? Perfect. All right, so if we can see it, Yorick's going to go ahead and stand in front of it. That's the sign to go ahead and do that. Can you see it? Turn it a little bit to the left so he can see it. So Yorick is standing in the path to the mower now. It has 6 cameras, and they're depth sensing cameras, so they see in the dark. So we've done this many, many times. There's no tricks here. You know, there's no remote control happening. This is all camera system. As soon as he moves, the mower will safely resume and finish striping. We can also go around obstacles. If, for instance, you put a tree or a bed in there, we're not going to be showing that because we did such a small area. Happy to demo that for you at any time. We can do a private demo showing of that, and there's a ton of videos of that. It's also a little slower, and we're working on speeding that up, but definitely goes around obstacles, definitely can see things, and that is rock solid. We've been working with Intel Robotics on that. The camera system is phenomenal. We're even adding more redundant ultrasonics. So great questions from the audience. I'm going to start answering now because we are just auto striping. So it does, some of the questions are, it looks like the mower does more of a 0 turn instead of a 3-point turn where you can prevent tire ruts. Can you speak to this? Great question. What we actually do is a half Y turn. So if you'll notice right now, check it out. What it's going to do is it goes a little bit forward, then goes a little bit to the left, and then does a 0 turn to the, so both wheels are spinning at the same time. We call that a half Y turn, and we're going to be doing some more videos on that. We would love to build the full Y turn with the same kinematics that, say, a person does, and we're going to be adding that in the future. But right now, this half Y turn is very efficient, and because it's very precise, the mower can do it better almost than a human. Another question that we always get is, man, what's the cost? Like, how much does this cost? So we always get that question. Would love to answer that. There are 2 costs to this mower: the upfitted mower and the robotic worker. Okay, an upfitted mower with all the robotic sensors, Greenzie auto striping system, cameras. We're targeting for production in the high teens. Yes, you heard that right, high teens. The robotic worker, which is the software, and again, that robotic worker does not care if you use them 10 times in August and once in November. It is 12 grand a year, and it is awesome. So when will this be available to landscapers? Well, the good news is it works now, and this model is a pre-production unit built by Wright Manufacturing. The bad news is we are limiting this to private fleet customers who have already signed up and piloted with us last season. So you cannot purchase this mower for the this Wright Standard ZK for this season. For 2022, though, we are considering opening up pre-orders, and would love to talk more about that. If you've been to our website and you're on this, you're on our list to get notified when that happens. And sure, we'd be open to financing options. But again, we're not making the mowers. Those are built by wonderful manufacturers. These are the mowers that you all know and love. Wright makes a beautiful mower, and standard sort of options would be available there. Love to think more on that. That's a great question. Again, the other question is, what mowers does it work on? We are exclusive on the Wright Standard ZK, but definitely ask us later about commercial electric mowers. We've used them in the past. They don't have the endurance right now for what we've been doing. When we run these all day, they run out of charge. So while we did do some original development on that, you can find videos of those on ours. You know, our customers were asking for gas. These are 61 and 72-inch mowers that are going to be mowing big fields autonomously. Question from the group is, what autonomous sensor suite is used in the mower? We have a ton more videos that are highly technical on that. We can definitely go into that in a little more detail. And please check our YouTube video for that. I can go over more of that. Another question I always get is, what happens if my mower breaks? Great question. How do you service it? That kind of thing. How does it service and supported? So we are working with Wright's amazing dealer network to enable the kind of support that commercial landscapers need. The mower can be serviced the same as any mower. In fact, we take ours to Master Mower here in Marietta. They do all the work for us on this, as standard, oil changes, that kind of stuff, all that stuff. The dealer network is ready. We are working with those dealers, however, though, to staff them with parts for the robotic sensors. Say a camera gets damaged or something like that. We will be able to have those parts ready to go. We're going to be doing swap outs for some of our pilot customers. Now, if it's software issues or troubleshooting functionality, there's a number. In fact, if you go to the app, companion app, I'll actually show you. If you look down on the bottom right of my screen, there's a number you can call. And if you scroll down to it, that number is 7A to 7P support, and we can provide that for you. So if you call that number now, you're going to get one of us. So don't do it right now. Let's see, other questions we get. Does this work on all properties? I think someone has said, hey, when is this going to be available for smaller properties? No, it does not work on all properties. If you want to deploy this on heavily shaded, tree covered, super sloped lawns, the mower is going to struggle. We know that, if GPS does go out, the mower does have capability to use its sensor suite to keep going, but if it's constantly going in and out, you're going to have a hard time. There's going to be shifts, is what we call it, and it's not going to be a quality cut. And that's for now. It works best on large flat properties where you'd pay a worker just to sit on a 61-inch mower and stripe all day. Remember, that's where we're deploying it to start, and that's where it's going to do its best. So remember, our software gets better and better. It updated today. It updates constantly. It's going to get better at turns, handling bumps, straightaways, slopes, handling tree cover, closer to obstacles, and much, much more. So the mower's done. It basically came back to the start and is ready to go again. If you wanted to do another auto stripe, you totally could. You could take it out and set up another piece and do the rest of this property. So let's hit refresh and we'll see how we are there. Now, what do you get with all the data? Now, this is good. It's about a 99.9% coverage. You get, once you sign up, you also get full access to all reporting, which is acreage, maps, even down to the centimeter level of the robotic worker took, the path that even your worker took, as well as the robotic work, speed, timing, all available. There's a full API and email reports the next day. Let's see, no connections needed. There's a question about what connections would needed. It has a full-time cellular connection. That's all part of the robotic worker. You don't have to worry about that. It actually has two. One for the centimeter level correctional data service, which is available nationwide in the United States, as well as full cell coverage. Now, we've used it in properties where cell phone coverage is low. What that does enable is it's a little tougher to configure settings while the mower will still work and do its default settings. You really are going to want that as well. We like to have cell coverage so that our technicians can troubleshoot the mower. They can go to it. They can debug it remotely. And so we do try and keep that there. Most of the properties we've been hitting have had that cell phone coverage. Question from the audience, does it ever need to be charged for computers and sensors? No. We've worked with there's a ruggedized computer in there from a company that's made for doing this. It's industrial IoT. It runs off the alternator, and no, it does not. In fact, on our old battery one, we used to have a small battery in there, but no, you do not need it. All of that is powered off the power system of the mower. Another question we always get is, does it save the maps or do you have to mow the boundary each time? Yes, you have to mow the boundary each time. When we come out to mow properties all season long, what we were doing is sometimes we'd see a puddle or there'd be a patch under the tree, where we didn't need to be mowed, and so it varied every time. It's also a safety check. So every time you go, you can go around that. You can use that process to clean up trash, edge, do boundary work. One day for sure we can do it, but our customers who've been using it actually know that too. Question from the group is, Also, my marketing manager wants everybody to know that if you want to get on that email list, email hello@greenzie.com. She's going to put it in the chat. If you want to get on the list for more updates and get on our mailing list for when pre-orders go live, definitely go to greenzie.com. And if you fill out our contact form, same thing. That way we can get all your info. Question, will be able to purchase this as a kit to install on existing zero-turn mowers? And are you thinking of doing, I've got my colleague here showing off the remote control, which is also fun. So that's another good question that we get. You can see him using the remote control. It's actually skid steer. Great shot, Yorick. Good job. So now that's a feature that comes with it. Yes, you can remote control the mower. This is great for high dangerous areas near water where you don't want to operate somebody on the mower. You can use it also near embankments. It's just like a video game. It's very precise control and it's very fun. This does come standard. You can use it especially to kind of navigate it, or you can be lazy like us and return the mower to us. I use this to put it on the trailer because I am not that good at it, but I am good at putting it up on the trailer with the joystick. Question was, can you purchase this as a kit to install on existing zero turn? And the answer is no, not yet. We are working with Wright and we're exclusive with Wright Manufacturing. This is built in and we call it upfitting an autonomous mower. We tried to do the bolt-on, but I believe there's some other companies trying that. We tried it for a long time and man, Wright kind of laughed at what we were doing because this is a ruggedized mower. It needs to work for 3 to up to 10 years, and so bolting on equipment is definitely not the way to go. What we really see is doing this as like again, exactly like what you're talking about. Like our goal, our mission one day is you walk into a dealer and it's pre-installed on all the mowers, whether you use the red ones or the green ones or the yellow ones. We're again just auto striping technology, kind of like standard anti-lock brakes. And so the way you do is you walk into a dealer and you'd say, I want that mower, and they say, great, it's got Greenzie auto striping already installed on it. You activate it just like XM radio or sort of Sirius XM or something like that. So great question. So question out there is, do you see Greenzie on real mowers used for golf course fairways in the future? Great question. While we're very focused on these rotary mowers and these mowers for landscapers that are doing large jobs and cutting lawns sort of every week, I don't see that being outside the realm of possibilities. We're very interested. I mean, my theory is that you have to focus and be specialized and do something really well, and get very good at that to be able to open up to do more. But yeah, I could definitely see it on real mowers. We want to be on all outdoor equipment. All right, so more questions is, when will the system be available for fleet purchase? Thank you for that question. So we are doing small private fleets this season for our early customers who piloted with us. So they are not available for purchase this year. For 2022, however, stay tuned. We are working with Wright to do that. Will the person, let's see, the event for tomorrow. Yes, the event for tomorrow is a small training day. Please RSVP. We've buying lunch for the people in Atlanta who are coming to get training for it. It will take place rain or shine. We've got a nice facility here. And it's all set up to do that. So definitely hit us up if you're coming. Let us know. Ken wants to know if we can come by his house next and mow his lawn for the next event. No, Ken, we cannot. Well, it depends. If you live in Florida, maybe somewhere near the beach, I guess the answer would be yes. Another question out there is how is the half Y turn for turf damage on sensitive turns? We think it's pretty good. With a system with robotic system control, it's very precise and always turns both wheels at the same time. So we have yet to get that blade, that cut damage. When we started many years ago, we were doing some dumb turns and some landscapers set us straight and said, hey, listen, don't ever do that. We've learned how to do turns the proper way. So yeah, we would love to go to the move to the full Y turn, and that's something that'll probably get rolled out this season. Great questions out there, team. I'm going to keep answering. We're at 30 minutes, so we've got a few more, and would love to keep answering questions. For those of you tuning in, there's no more live demo. We're just going to be answering questions. So that's it. But how does it refuel? When is the location? Again, this is a standard mower, so you refuel it just like normal. Yesterday we ran out of fuel and the mower just stopped, which is what it does normally. So there's no sensor on that. It's a standard mower. We've just added this feature called auto striping, and so there's no notifications for that. Question about blade height. again, totally. The question is, can you adjust the blade height remotely? And when you're adding a drop feeder to the mower? Great questions. No, you cannot do the blade height remotely. That would be cool, and might be a function on some of the electrics that may be available where they have that adjustable deck height. We've not needed it. Generally, when we're mowing these lawns, we set the blade height and then we mow the entire property at that. So you do that again, just normal. Let's see. Oh, Gus asked, how do I invest? Oh, sorry, we are not taking investors right now. We've got a stock full of, cap table full of green industry pros, distributors, dealers who are committed to helping us roll this out. We aren't taking public investors like a sort of penny stock or anything like that. We're building this business for scale, but I do appreciate that. Your confidence in us is awesome. Martin asks, what are those white spots that show up on the app? Did the mower miss those spots? What you're probably seeing right there is probably our 52-inch deck, probably either going over it or either doing that. They could be either missed spots, either it didn't stripe that area, or we just don't have the settings turned on right. But yes, what you're going to basically see is we can actually tune that overlay distance. We've got it at about 10%. Oh, getting back to the question about liability and regulation. Right now, we are trying to go above and beyond on some of the regulations for industrial automated equipment. There are some safety standards out there for those types of machinery that are either in factories or industrial uses. Some of those standards you can find on our website, but we are trying to go above and beyond, and that calls for certain things like what is it, e-stop, which we use. It has to be a certain size, has to be a certain latching type, the way the camera system go through all of those regulations. Now, there is no regulation right now for automated commercial mowing. The way our customers are handling it is that they are accepting the responsibility, and it is a supervised activity. So what you are doing is basically, we call it giving the mower a side eye. So while you are mowing on property and this thing is mowing, you are doing other work on property such as edging, weeding, blowing. You've got full control of the mower at all times. As we get better and better and we get more and more data and our customers feel more and more confident about letting this thing just go in sort of closed off, unsupervised areas, we're happy to go and work with them on that. We are getting the data now. We are getting the hours that are needed to put our system through the tests, and we are progressing. But there is no current regulation on this. So we'd be happy to help, and we're working with some of the guys over at OPEI and things like that. Speak with them soon about some of that stuff. So, oh, Ben asked, can you choose stripe direction? Yes, you can. Glad you asked that. And chooses the most efficient, longest one. But you can do that using the app. If you point it in the direction you want, you can hit plan, and you can basically re-choose that. But for our early customers, they're going to be using it that way. We also have plans to add an ability for it to just know that last time it did this direction, and so the next time it'll go the opposite direction. Awesome. Well, the audio is cutting out. It looks like we've done our demo, and the mower is ready to go back inside. We're about to do some more software updates today. The team has, I've co-opted the mower for this demo today. We look forward to doing more of these. We're going to end the stream here, the live launch event. Thank you so much for attending. We had over 50 plus attendees here in the audience. Thanks again for attending. We are going to improve our camera quality, our audio for next time. And we are open to do live demos with you. If you want to do a private one or you want to come see it, please hit us up, hello@greenzie.com. Thanks everybody for attending. We've recorded it. We will put out the show notes. Please check and subscribe to our YouTube for more information on how-to videos. We have put it in the link in the chat, so please hit us up. It's a beautiful day at Greenzie. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We are going to end the live stream now. Thank you for attending our launch event. Everyone, have a wonderful day.